Gundogan is the treble. And he's going. Fabrizio Romano has given him the thumbs up. He said the famous words, the infamous, here we go. Gundogan to Barcelona, here we go. Final approval arrived from club side to register him as new signing. Green light from the player. It's a done deal. Signed a few minutes ago. Gundogan's agreed a 2-year deal until June 2025 with option for a further year. Oh, man. Oh, mate. Ilkay Gundogan. Absolutely gutted about this. Genuinely gutted. I think he's become something of a club legend over the past few years. Absolutely. He's become a huge part of Manchester City's success. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that what we've done over the past few years simply would not be possible without this beautiful man. Ilkay Gundogan made the Scousers cry. Indeed, I did. He made a lot of people cry, man. He's going to make me cry at this rate as well. His goals, time and time again. His quality, time and time again. The trophies, the leadership, the immense professionalism, the immense technical ability, that absolute fearlessness to his game, his versatility, his experience, his classiness. Just a legend. An absolute legend. You know, you think about all the things he's done. The Aston Villa game, obviously the final day of the season, 2 goals to win us the league. The captained us to a treble. A brace, of course, in the Manchester derby, our hero in that game. He captains us to a Champions League final. He captains us to a three-peat. He was the first ever signing, of course, under Guardiola. An absolute legend of a man. I'm looking at his stats right now. 304 appearances, 60 goals, 40 assists. So that's 100 goals and assists in 304 games. So 1 every 3 games, basically. And 14 honours. Gundogan, you absolute beauty of a man. Oh, do you remember the days of announced Gundogan? I absolutely remember them, and I'm devastated, to be honest. I'm devastated because Gundogan he is truly the end of an era. Absolutely devastated about this. I mean, there is no better time for him to go. Genuinely, there's no better time for him to go. I understand it. Like, Gundogan has done everything he possibly could do at Manchester City, really. He's won everything, you know. He's won a treble. He's won a domestic quadruple. 100 points. He's scored goals in finals. What more could he possibly do? He could win the Club World Cup and all that kind of stuff. But ultimately, I get it. His contract is up. Could he really, really get much better than what he's got now? Highly unlikely. And this is the problem with success. The problem with success is all of a sudden, the other side of it is that you get this flip where players, they start to go, well, why not? Why not look elsewhere? Why not look elsewhere? Why not get, why not put my feet up a tiny bit and go play for La Liga? But I guess, look, ultimately, if a player feels this way, that they want to move on, then you have to respect that, you know. You have to respect that this is just their time. It's just their time to move on. And I'm a firm believer of keeping players if they're hungry, not just for the sake of it. And obviously, Gundogan isn't hungry here anymore. So he's moving on, unfortunately. It's genuinely a genuine kick in the teeth, this. It's just a massive blow. Of course, it comes on the back of the Kovacic news earlier. Kovacic is going to be a Manchester City player. I don't think that's complicated at all. I think we all pretty much know that. There is no surprise whatsoever there. Gundogan, of course, is going to be very hard to replace. Immensely hard to replace. He's an absolute legend. A genuine legend. And what he's done for this Manchester City side, what he's achieved, beyond, I mean, look at all these photos of him when he first joined. Look at babyface Gundogan. He's got better looking, hasn't he, to be fair to him. Then, of course, his goals for this season. Infamous ones against Aston Villa. Lifting the treble. What a man. What an absolute wonderful man. The things that he's achieved, the kind of thing that people will dream about. Like Gundogan, and what I love about Gundogan, and what I'm proud about, is Gundogan is the very best of us, you know. Gundogan is not only a wonderful footballer, he's a wonderful human being too. All his charitable work, his classiness, the respect that he plays his game, the intelligence. In many ways, if I was to choose to be a footballer, Gundogan is the kind of guy I'd want to be, you know. I'd absolutely want to be someone like Ilkay Gundogan. Just loved by everyone. But at the same time, maybe even slightly underappreciated. But there's a subtlety and a humility to that, which I absolutely admire. And maybe it was apt that a guy through who time moves differently, and it genuinely does when you've got someone like Gundogan. Maybe it's so apt that a man through time moves differently took an awful lot of time to be appreciated because it moved differently for us. He was already 5-10 steps ahead of the rest of us, and we didn't just see his brilliance. We've only just caught up now. And to me, there's a sort of beauty in that. There is metaphorically. That Gundogan, we had to catch up to his brilliance like everyone else. We just didn't see it because he was ahead of us. But that's Gundogan, isn't it? That's Gundogan. That's probably how you would like it as well. An incredible player, a phenomenal player. But we have to move on. We have to move on. We have to, we have to see the next generation. We have to find that hunger. We have to test the waters with who his replacement's going to be. And to be honest, I would rather Gundogan leave now and his replacement have 2 years under Guardiola before Guardiola goes. Look, Declan Rice is the one people are talking about, an excellent player. Is he Gundogan right now? No, he's not. But imagine Declan Rice after 2 years of Guardiola. Look what John Stones looks like, and people like Kyle Walker and all these people. I want the next generation of players to have Guardiola hands on time. It'd almost be a shame actually if the replacement for Gundogan wasn't given hands on time with Guardiola. For me, when you've got Kovacic coming in, you've got McAtee doing really well, coming back, and then obviously you've got like maybe someone like Declan Rice. You can see a future being mapped out from Manchester City, and that's fine. It's absolutely fine. I do think there's also as well something about going out at the highest level, at the peak of your powers. And I'm always taken back to that quote from Vincent Kompany after he scored in the Leicester game, and apparently he told. Was it after the FA Cup final? I don't know. It was after some game anyway, but apparently he turned around and said to the Chaldean, I'm done here. I can't get better than that. I can't get better than that. And I think I like that and I rate that. I think Gundogan leaves now a Manchester City legend. Nothing could possibly change that. But I think there's a beauty in the fact that there is nothing left to question. There's no asterisk, next to his name. There's just Ilkay Gundogan being wonderful. And Manchester City fans knowing it. And I really like that. And I really admire that. I love it. I absolutely love it. There's just something beautiful about that. And right now, Gundogan, he came and he grew and grew and grew and became an absolute Manchester City legend. Thank you for the super chat from the Italian Stallion. Says, sad that Gundogan leaves. Just imagine the day that Bernardo leaves. Stephen, do you believe Bernardo will leave, and how much does he stay? It could be this summer, mate. It could be this summer. That would be an awful blow to take two of the most irreplaceable players of Manchester City side, in my opinion. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but there's a chance that if someone brings up... Look, I think where Manchester City are right now, given everything we've achieved, they'll say to the players, if you want to go, you can go, because we respect your right to go. And I think that's the best way to be. I don't think there's any other way to be about this, We have to just respect their wishes. Because they're going to be uncomfortable, They're going to not uncomfortable, they're going to be lacking motivation. It's hard to get going again for something that you've done before, time and time again. It's just not easy, is it? It's not easy at all, to find that momentum. And we could see an awful lot of changes. We could see a whole bunch of changes. It is sad, but this is football, It's wild. It's absolutely wild like that. I guess there's something beautiful about the fact that Guardiola's first signing was actually the one that lifted the treble in the end for us. It's just it's sort of perfect in its symmetry. I mean, it's just fitting. It's perfect. It's wonderful. And I can't wait to see how this club appreciate him and respect him in terms of statues. I think he will get a statue. I think he's written himself into Manchester City folklore. I think if you lift the treble, you are instantly a legend. I don't think there's much more to it than that, I think that's the nature of that. And I think the fact that he did it time and time again for us, to me, he's up there alongside our greatest ever midfielders. Genuinely. He really is. He stepped up too many times and done too many wonderful things to not be considered an all-time great. Yeah, absolutely. You got to think about that season where he suddenly scored 18 goals from midfield. When Aguero was out as a false nine, he became the man to score goals for us. Or when we had 14 games in a row without Fernandinho that we won and Gundogan played as a number 6, stepping into an unfamiliar role and being the heart of it. Or, or when you have you need 2 goals on the last day of the season and he scores 2 to win it. Or then he scores countless braces in the run to a three-peat. Or he captains a side in a treble. He scores a brace to beat Man United in the FA Cup final. It's just big moment after big moment after big moment. The quality of the goals as well. I don't know, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. He's written himself into folklore. The thing is as well, the way people asking about a statue, I would have a statue of Gundogan and De Bruyne holding the trophy together. That's what I would do. The thing is as well, do you remember when everyone was underwhelmed about Ruben Diaz replacing Company? This old Rodri replacing Fernandinho. In general, you can't replace a legend. But the one thing I do trust is that, look, what more can we do to trust Guardiola? He turns very good players into all-timers. Like, Gundogan was not the level that he is now when he first joined. He was very good, he was excellent, but he was not this world-class great. Like, Gundogan became who he is. And, like, I think Guardiola is a big part of who he is as well. And we do have a plan. Manchester City aren't stupid. Like, it's the City board are the best at what they do. They will find a way to mould a replacement. It'll be different, by the way. I mean, that's the thing. City don't do it the same way. They don't. They always find a new way to do different things. And a new way to do the same thing, which is win. When you look at the potential players, Kovacic is coming in, of course. A monster on the transition. Incredible at retaining the ball. Incredible at stepping through midfield. But then you've got Phil Foden, who's got magic in his boots. McAtee could get that chance. Alvarez could get deeper and deeper. De Bruyne is there already. It's just, there will be a player coming as well that we don't realise. Peroni is, by all accounts, like a mini Gundogan as well. It's going to be hard to move on, but we will find a way because Guardiola is our manager. And I think it's important that Guardiola prepares the next midfield. Man City's best chance of success post-Guardiola is a settled side that that we all trust. And I think that's the key here. Like, it's going to be very, very hard to find a Manchester City midfield without Guardiola. And I think if you get these young players in now, get the next ones in, after 2 years of Guardiola, they'll be ready. They'll be ready to just go on for years and years and years. And I don't know. I trust it. I'm not sure about KDB, John. I reckon he'll miss pre-season, though. Should we trigger Gundogan's 500 million release clause? Yeah, why not? It's tired me out, all this, man. Tired me out. I have done 3 videos today talking about Kovacic, Gundogan, and so on, and it still doesn't feel real. Like, what a phenomenal player. Thing is, we are lucky to be in an era of legends, aren't we? We really are. Like, I don't understand why we went in from McAllister at the word. For its worth, I think he's almost exactly a replacement. But it is what it is. I would have loved to have seen McAllister in, but you have to trust that City felt he wasn't right, and that we'll come for someone else, and we'll get there. I don't know. It's weird because I don't know who it's going to be, but at the same time, I sit here and go, oh, I want Koulibaly, I want Koundé, then we got Diaz, third choice, and he's become one of our greatest ever signings. I think I'm a largely believer that if City get good players in, they'll become world-class players or very good or excellent. Pretty much always happens. Guys, please do hit the like button on this video and please subscribe too. But Gundogan Gone down to Barcelona. Pretty much seems a good done deal now, doesn't it? Guys, do let me know down in the comments what you make of it. Devastating, man. I will do, obviously, more videos on this when it officially is confirmed. But right now, Gundogan, does he leave a legend? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you for watching this video. Gundogan, man, why have you done that? In a bit, guys. Bye-bye.